This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Avengers Endgame is a marvel, both in terms of narrative scale and sheer logistical ambition. In Infinity War, Thanos spoke of the need for balance, and Endgame achieves that goal with surprising confidence.
I like this one.
The film walks a tightrope between high drama and cathartic comedy, offering some of the darkest and most emotionally honest scenes in the history of the MCU, alongside some of the most ridiculous and sublime. There are fewer laugh-out-loud moments here than in Infinity War, but it's certainly lighter and oftentimes more joyous than you might expect from a story that begins with the fallout from Thanos' snap.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Endgame is a film that feels like it was made by fans for fans, to the point where some scenes will undoubtedly be labeled as outright fan service. But it's hard to view those moments as cynical pandering so much as earned and effective homages to the moments, characters, and relationships we've grown so invested in over the past 11 years. While Infinity War did its best to juggle an enormous roster of heroes, it's no spoiler to say Endgame rightly narrows its focus to the original 6 Avengers, giving them each well-deserved moments in the spotlight.
When I drift off, I will dream about you.
Much has been made of the film's epic 3-hour and 1-minute length, but considering how dense it is on first watch, the pacing feels tighter than Infinity War's. The main criticism that can be leveled against Endgame is one that has plagued most Marvel movies up to this point: an over-reliance on overproduced CGI battles which, despite elaborate staging, can't help but delve into numbing pixel-on-pixel slugfests. Thankfully, much of the story retains a laser focus and specific goals for our heroes to pursue, which gives Endgame a momentum and gravity that propels it even in the quieter, more character-driven moments. It's in those moments where Endgame excels, which ultimately makes the escalating action all the more rewarding. But perhaps Endgame's greatest accomplishment is how it deepens our understanding and appreciation of the movies that preceded it. This is truly a climax to an entire franchise, not just a resolution to the cliffhanger of Infinity War. Even though we know the MCU will continue in one form or another, there's no denying that this is the end of an era. Not just for our heroes, but also for a generation of fans. Avengers Endgame is easily the MCU's most ambitious, emotional, and affecting film, somehow managing to tie up more than a decade of storytelling in a confident and mostly coherent climax. It will inevitably provoke years of spirited debate among fans, and an over-reliance on messy CGI action blunts some of its impact. But in terms of pure heart, Endgame holds nothing back. This may not have been the only way for Marvel to end its sprawling superhero saga, but when faced with over 14 million possible outcomes, it manages to be a surprising and satisfying one. For more comic book movie reviews, check out what we thought of Hellboy and Justice League versus the Fatal Five. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IG.